Laura, how's jail?
No.
Ok, eso es solo. ¿Cómo está la cárcel?
How's jail?
¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo es la cárcel?
Fea.
Good.
Bien.
You now have picked up another DWI while you're on bond for DWI.
Estaba libre bajo
You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On October 13th, 2024, officers were dispatched in regard to a traffic hazard at West Belfort and Nobility Drive in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, officers met with the defendant, who was observed to be parked on northbound lanes with her truck on and in park and asleep at the wheel. When the defendant finally woke up after multiple attempts, the officers observed glassy eyes, constricted pupils, an odor of an alcoholic beverage, and swaying, as well as multiple open and closed alcoholic containers in the vehicle, and spilled alcohol in the front
Alcohol
portion.
in the car while she's driving?
Yes, Your Honor. She was not the only occupant. The defendant admitted to consuming alcohol prior to operating the vehicle. Standard field sobriety test were conducted. HGN 2 out of 6, walk and turn 4 out of 8, in the one leg stand.
Paro de una pierna. But not too fast, man.
Yes.
Thanks.
2 out of 4.
2 de 4 pisos en paro de una pierna.
DIC was read,
Se leyó.
and the defendant consented to breath test.
Consentimiento previo.
The results were 0.162 and 0.156.
156. Thank you.
Is that her? Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. What is that?
¿Qué es eso?
I don't think she reads English, Your Honor.
Okay.
Do you want me to ask her if she knows if that's her signature?
Que usted firmó diciendo que no vas a manejar. Sí.
Es mi juramento.
It's my swearing. My affidavit.
I want to express my deepest disappointment
Molestia más profunda.
and we ordered you not to drive and you promised us you would not drive. And now you picked up another DWI.
Otro caso de manejo ebrio.
Judge, I've already spoken with the state. We're gonna see what you need to work out.
I don't know if I'm going to take anything today, Marcos.
She has been in custody for 2 days, Your Honor. I understand.
Entiendo.
It screams to me that there are issues, and the last thing I want is to have her go back out there and kill someone. I mean, we have 2 DWIs in rapid succession, 0.19, and a bunch of alcohol in the car.
I will say, Your Honor,
Allegedly.
and I've already spoken with the state about the first one. The first one is not a strong case for the state. She's the one who called 911 because she was assaulted outside of the club. The fire department got there before the officers. They saw her in the passenger seat with a bloody face. And her arm was injured as well. I've already spoken with the state.
I don't remember. All I know that there was enough PC to go forward. There's an affidavit. She promised us she's not going to drive.
I understand. There's also a question on the second one as to whether she was operating or not. There are 3 people in the vehicle. And again, all of this we're going to try to flush out with the evidence.
Sure.
That's where I was going to try to get her a bond.
I am going to set a bond, but I'm going to tell you now, because she drove in violation of the affidavit, I'm going to make it a high bond.
I understand.
You know, I'm setting both of your bonds at $15,000.
She does have an ISO, Judge, so that's why, in light of that fact,
She does have an ISOL.
we just found out this morning, Your Honor.
Now have an immigration detainer.
De detención de inmigración.
Do you realize what this means?
¿Usted se da cuenta de lo que esto significa?
Who do you have here that depends on you?
¿Qué depende de usted?
Do you have any,
Los hijos.
My two sons.
how old are they?
¿Qué edad tienen ellos?
La niña 2 años va a cumplir el 20 de octubre y mi niño va a cumplir 6 años el 23 de diciembre.
October, my daughter will be 2 years old, and my boy in December will be 6 years old, I believe. 6 años, dude?
I was going to suggest in the event that you wanted to work something out, that I was wanting to do a TRAS to see how best to go forward. But now with an immigration detainer, that's just, there's no, let me ask you this. Do you think that you'll be able to get her an immigration bond? Do you want to try?
She already has an immigration attorney. There may be a chance.
Pueda que haya una oportunidad.
Perhaps,
She's only been in the country 3 years.
Solo está en el país por 3 años.
I don't know.
But if she were to keep both cases open and pay the bond here and go to immigration, the two open DWIs, I don't anticipate them giving her a bond at all. She'd be a danger to the community.
Pues pensando que
You guys want to try or no?
We can always try, but she would rather, she's not gonna be able to pay those 2 bonds and an immigration bond. And a lot of the fact that the first DWI is pretty weak, we're gonna resolve both cases, dismiss one, leave one, and then have her sent to immigration, and then her immigration attorney is gonna try to get her bond with
Out of a person, then try to get a bond?
one, she's over there, yes, because if she goes over there with 2 DWI, she's not gonna get a bond.
Porque si vaya con 2 casos de manejo, no le van a dar chance. Yo entiendo, eso es porque.
All right, stop scrolling. This hearing goes from routine to full-blown chaos fast. Multiple defendants, broken promises, and a judge who's clearly had enough. Watch closely, because one bad decision here changes everything.
One mistake can literally cost you your entire life. And I don't know if you understand or get the gravity of it. I hope one day you do. One simple mistake. Over and over. I'm like I said, I'm going to find that there's probable cause. I'm ordering you, if you get out, on one ankle to put a GPS monitor and not to be out in the middle of the night. You will be given a 9 p.m. or 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew. On your other ankle, you will get a scram monitor, so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. Again, I'm ordering you not to drive, but like we've said, there's an immigration detainer, so the likelihood of you getting out is probably pretty slim. Regardless, I'm going to set both bonds, or I'll set the new bond at $15,000.
And what, Your Honor?
$15,000.
Su caso nuevo.
15,000 even?
Excuse me.
Yeah, 15,001. And I'm going to do the other one as well, 15,001 as well. You want to set off a week, 2 weeks? What do you want to do? I don't know if I'm prepared to do something today.
Can I run another court, handle some other stuff, and then come back, then I'll talk.
Take your time. I mean, I'm never going to say no. I guess we'll talk.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
For sure.
Judge, we have one more.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Woods. Trevion Woods. Mr. Woods, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Remember, make it the cause number for this.
2533 007.
Okay. Officers observed the defendant walking in the middle of the street when a sidewalk was available next to him. And the officers asked the defendant for his Texas driver's license.
Again,
Yes, Your Honor.
jaywalking,
Yes, Your Honor.
again,
The officers discovered a warrant out for the defendant's arrest out of McLennan County for aggravated sexual assault of a child. And the officers detained the defendant and discovered a gun and 6 grams of marijuana.
hold on. So what, walking while
It was walking in the middle of the street.
black again? Again, jaywalking? Where?
Let me read the officer report.
It sounds like you're detained pursuant to the warrant.
They didn't know that. I mean, it just, unless the officer knew him, I mean.
Yes, Your Honor. The DIMS just says the officer observed the defendant not walking or walking in the middle of the street.
So, dude, you gotta be careful in this life, man. You know, just do the right thing. It's not hard, man. All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause, Mr. Woods. You gotta be careful, man. You know? So is he on bond currently for the other case now as well, or no? You know what? Doesn't even matter. Just be careful in this life. You have but one life. How old are you? You're 24. What are you doing now? Working, school? Good. Get your education. The more you educate yourself, the higher you're going to rise up in life. It correlates with money too. The higher education you got, more money you're going to make in life, the better you are off. That's the rub. That's what you got to do. All right? Okay, man. Hang tight for me, okay? Please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi.
I am approaching on Ronald Smith.
Okay.
And so,
Great. So I don't know why we had you not signed on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I know I was talking to my client. So I submitted I don't want you to think it was last minute. The motion to sub was submitted in, okay, yeah, in the PTI packet that it wasn't submitted last minute either. That was done last month with the previous sheet. Okay.
Hey, don't worry.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
How long do you want?
Just till the 30th. He's supposed to finish his anger management class on the 25th. And so if we could just do the reset to the 30th, that works for us. Okay.
He doesn't have it done, but he's got to be here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Anna.
Okay. You're okay. Miss Sexton. Mr. Smith wants to talk with you. Do you want to talk with me?
Yeah, I guess.
Hi, Mr. Smith. How are you?
I just wanted to apologize for my banter towards you this whole time.
You don't have to. I love the tenacity. I love the chutzpah, which you will, but channel that in a great way. Because if you do, the sky's the limit. Really.
This would have been over and done had I just came and approached you in a correct way instead of just being angry.
You know, let me tell you a story. I got pulled over a while back. The officer came to me. He was so aggressive. Why did you run that red light? What's wrong with you? So I said, you know what? I know I stopped. I swear I stopped. But the officer came at me like crazy and I said, you know, I'm sorry. I was an idiot. Just, I'll do better next time. You know what he did? He let me go. So sometimes when you tuck your tail, you get more. You get more with honey than you do with vinegar, right? And it's always when you're with a person in power, especially with a person that has the power of arrest, you buck up to them, it's over. You're always going to lose. Just, that's what you do. It's called maturity as well, you know?
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Okay.
Thank you, Anna.
That breath test, a .162 and .19, is more than double the legal limit. Legally, this isn't a gray area. This is strong probable cause, and it explains why the judge's tone shifts immediately.
Good luck, Mr. Smith. Ready?
We have Rudy Ochoa here.
Mr. Ochoa, come up.
Counsel for
Mr. Ochoa, you're on bond for DWI. You've not picked up a new case. You picked up an interference with the duties of public service. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On October 11, 2024, officers responded to a call regarding sexual assault of a juvenile at an apartment in Harris County, Texas. Officers made contact with a family member and went upstairs to detain the defendant for investigation. The defendant refused to cooperate with verbal commands, tried to take control of the situation, tried to stall officers, and stated he did not need to be detained because he did not do anything. The officer physically escorted the defendant out the front door, during which the defendant argued with other family members, refused to cooperate, and actively pulled away from the officer.
So, what was the result of the investigation? What happened? Was he the suspect in sexual assault?
Your Honor, let me read the DIMS. I don't believe we have that information.
I asked before I approached and there was nothing in the notes.
There's no other information. They were just investigating the.
Did he
order.
cooperate? Obviously, when they had him in cuffs, he went and answered whatever question.
Obviously not.
He was pulling away, Your Honor.
Saying,
No. After he was already, whatever they needed a question.
I asked you one thing. Actually, two things. You've not picked up a new case. Mr. Ochoa, I'm sorry, but I'm going to revoke your bond. It goes with you. I will keep the first bond it is. He's on bond on that first case. I'm just going to revoke the old one and I'll put it at 5,002.
Okay.
And then I guess just talk to me in a day or so if he's not able to make bond, and I won't,
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
And then for the DWI, that I guess we're still waiting for station videos.
Okay. So he will auto-populate on tomorrow's docket.
Okay.
So if you want a different date, we can give you a different date. Or if he bonds out, which I'm assuming he's going to, they're going to give him a 7-day setting. And if he's unable to bond out, just come talk to me tomorrow and then we can work something. If he does bond out, he's going to get a 7-day setting and then let Victoria know and then you guys can have whatever date.
Okay. Thank you,
I'm not going to modify any of the conditions. We'll just stay as is. Okay?
And Judge, you're revoking that.
To me.
Yes, sir. Have a please, Judge. We're gonna plead Mr. Walter Moses, Your Honor. We're proceeding on the assault of a family member case under cause number 2510200, Your Honor. And the state upon completion of the plea will dismiss cause number 2510615.
Good morning, Mr. Moses.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Shh. Why does this keep happening? This is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, but it's the 6th time you've picked up a kind of case where it's a violent case. Actually, 7. It keeps happening. Why? Why so much anger? Do you take any medication?
Yes, sir.
Do you stop taking the medication?
No, sir.
How do you get your medication when you're out there in the free world? When you picked up these 2 cases, had you stopped taking the medication?
No, sir.
You were still taking it?
I actually finished, sir.
Meaning, so you finished, you didn't have any more.
Still gonna pick it up.
Council for reset?
We had him T-Raz. T-Raz said mental health caseload, or what did they say? And that's what we're doing, right?
Yes.
Okay. What are the other alternatives that we have?
They want to do the mental health case, IFP, looking for a change, and then they're gonna help them with the counseling. And they'll report, that's how they make sure that
What about paying for IOP and all that?
If he qualifies to be the top funded one, because it's been held responsible.
I mean, how do we make sure that he qualifies? Because I don't, Mr. Moses, do you work when you go out? When you're out of jail, do you work? Who do you live
Sorry,
with?
no, sir, you on?
It's okay, Mr. D. Who do you live with? And when you leave here now, are you going to be able to stay with mom?
Yes, sir.
Do you know that for?
I don't know that for a fact, you on.
Before you were in jail, who were you living with?
Yeah.
Council for reset.
One of the things that you're going to have to do is an intensive outpatient treatment. The problem is that it's expensive. It's not cheap. It's around $500 to $600 to do that. And I don't know if that's something that you can.
This is the moment the courtroom turns serious. 2 DWIs in rapid succession isn't just about breaking the law. It's about real danger. The judge isn't punishing here. He's trying to prevent a tragedy.
That you have to be able to pay for it. If not, I want to try to get you to, I want to see if we can pay for it. How do we?
I'll do an indigency form with him, and he'll be placed on the wait list if he qualifies. He's also eligible, he'll be on
If this fails, what else do we have at our disposal?
If this fails and he starts violating, then they'll place him in the That's how it
So I want you to understand, Mr. Moses, that we want this to work for you. But you also have to want it to work. If you do something to violate this agreement, you don't do your treatment, you don't stay up on your probation, if you just leave, they're going to, one of the options is putting you in a residential facility. Do you understand what that means? That means that you will be in, it's not in the actual jail, it's at another facility, right? It's at a lockdown facility that you will not be able to leave, and then you'll be getting treatment. We are trying to do it this way so that you can try to do this while you're out there in the free world doing this by yourself. But if you're not able to, we're going to have to take other measures. Can you get this done?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what's required for you to successfully finish?
Yes, sir.
What do you have to do? Yes. What programs do you have to do? Do you know? You have to do anger management class, right?
Thinking for a change.
Okay, so just you have to do a thinking for a change, which is a class where you teaches you how to think when you're in a bad situation. You also have to do outpatient treatment so that we know that you're actually speaking to people, working through any kind of anger issues that you may have.
Yes, sir. And substance abuse.
And substance abuse. No drugs, no alcohol. You cannot use any illegal drugs, including marijuana. No marijuana, no illegal drugs, and no alcohol. They're going to test you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you complete this successfully, you do not end up with a conviction. But you need to understand that there's still...
You will be a convicted judge, it's straight probation.
Oh, it is straight?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Oh, I thought it was a deferred.
Because he had the state jail conviction up in felony court and the numerous cases that he had that were assaultive in nature that they were not willing to offer him.
Okay. This assault, it's going on your record. There's what's called an affirmative finding of family violence. If you pick up another case like this, you will be facing a third-degree felony. Minimum 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison if you ever pick up another assault like this again. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's years in prison, not days like you are here. Years. You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this as well. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, so no guns, no ammunitions as well. I'm sorry, it's no weapons, right?
Yes.
No weapons. Weapons is a very loose term. If you have any questions about what a weapon is, you have to talk to a lawyer, but be very, very careful. You understand?
Sir.
You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you cannot change your mind. You must complete this, and it's a 2-year probation. You understand? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 1 year in jail. However, I will probate that for 2 years. You've already done the TRAS, so we don't need to do that, but intensive outpatient treatment, thinking for a change, and the mental health caseload. If you ever have a problem, come back to us here. We can help you if you come here. But if you just leave and don't do anything, that's the worst thing that can happen. Don't leave. Come back. Good things will happen if you come back. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Good luck, Mr. Moses. I hope that you can make it. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No. You spanned it. Yes, hold on, Mr. D, I forgot something. Hold on, I forgot. Hey, I don't think he's gonna have anything to pay for anything, so we need, like, we gotta get him. Okay. I have to have you sign one more document that you need to understand, Mr. Moses, that you are now ineligible, meaning that you cannot have a firearm or ammunition. I'm going to read this to you so you understand this, okay? A firearm means any device designated, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using an energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. If you now possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have any questions about how long you will be ineligible, you must talk to a lawyer, and they should be able to contact you and consult you about that. I need you to sign this so you understand that you cannot have any more weapons, okay? Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr.
D. An immigration detainer changes everything. Even if bond is set, release is no longer guaranteed. What would you do in this situation? Fight the case or focus on immigration first? Drop your thoughts below.
Hey, Matt. How are you? Yeah, come on up.
This case,
That's the defendant?
yes, that is the defendant, Keener, Keener.
Okay, I see it.
I'm approaching to ask for more time, for a longer reset. This was a case, there was a 2B from December of 22.
Okay.
He posted bond, I think in May of 24, and he didn't hire anyone. He got a bunch of THA resets until August. So, I believe the RIP was just completed this morning, and
Discovery complete? Is there an offer on the table?
Well, I know that defense counsel can kind of talk to his client about it, because I know he's got clients in so.
right. So I wanted some time to go over the discovery myself and with him, and then to.
Yeah, I mean, of course we'll give you more time, but at some point there's got to be a resolution.
Absolutely.
So it's only 165 days, so we'll give you another 30 days.
Okay, perfect.
But you got to be nearing.
I'll be on it, Judge.
Any offers? No offers?
There's no offers at this time, Your Honor.
Can you put one on, please? And then that way you have something to counter with as well. So, okay. Gotcha. Have fun. Brandon. Hey.
I'm approaching on Mr. Battaglia, B-A-T-T. He was told to do a drug test today. His first setting was last week, and he did test positive for marijuana and nothing else. His first court appearance was last week.
He tested?
I'm sorry, Jeff?
Yesterday?
He did.
Okay.
Just marijuana.
Okay, so. Here?
He's here, John.
Bring him up real quick.
Yes, sir. Mr. Battaglia. And he knows, Judge, he's not doing anything. This is the thing.
Good, I'm just gonna counsel him.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Did you?
Yes, sir.
Did he tell you the results?
I just have to say marijuana. Before I approach.
No, you said that. I didn't say that.
So I thought you confirmed it was marijuana.
No, I've never seen it.
Okay, that was my
It
misunderstanding.
has not been confirmed.
Do you have the results?
No, I do not.
Okay, so let's wait on the results, but, okay, so don't use. So I'm not gonna test you after today, assuming it's, just that. I'm not gonna test you anymore until about 40 to 45 days after.
Sorry.
If you test clean after that, wonderful, great. If you continue to test positive for marijuana, that tells us that you're continuing to smoke. No dice. Don't use at all. Don't hang out with anyone that's using. Don't go into a car if people are using.
Can I say something? I don't just use regular marijuana, sir, so,
You're not supposed to use anything that has anything.
I'm just saying, like, when I was using it, I used concentrated marijuana, so it might test positive after 9 days, but if you're checking levels, you'll see that, yes, it's positive.
I'm telling you no, Mr. Battaglia, okay? Don't use.
Yes, sir.
Show me somewhere where it says it can still be in your system at 90 days. But otherwise, at 40 to 45 days, I'm going to test you again. Don't use. That tells me that, unless you prove to me otherwise. All right. Okay,
He
Brandon.
also was telling me maybe going to work in Corpus Christi. I know I would need to give you a letter, but.
Look, there's no travel restriction. As long as you're not violating the law, you're not picking up any new cases, doing anything to violate your conditions, I don't care where you go. Just if you get called for a drug test, be aware that you might have to take a drug test because it's got randoms, right? So if you're out and about and you get called, you have to go to Quest Diagnostics and get a test there, and then you can send it to Brandon. We'll take that.
Yes, sir.
So that we don't have to come all the way back here.
Yes, sir. Do you want me to reapproach? I apologize, Your Honor.
Don't worry about it. We'll have him here. If something that there shouldn't be, I'll text you.
Thank you.
I got your number.
Okay.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hey, come on up. Good morning, Mr. Wingerter. Sir, you're charged with failure to identify oneself while being a fugitive from justice. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On October 10th, 2024, officers were dispatched to 350 East NASA Parkway in regard to a burglary alarm that went off. While checking the location, officers observed the defendant walking away from the business on the southeast side and ordered him to stop. Upon contact with the defendant advised he did not have an ID and gave the false name of Javier Vasquez, as well as a false date of birth. The officers gave the defendant an opportunity to give his real name twice, but the defendant asserted he was not lying both times. A pat down of the defendant revealed a glass pipe in his left pocket, and he was arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. Subsequent to that, a fingerprint search was then conducted, which revealed the defendant's real name and showed he has an active warrant with the Harris County Sheriff's Office.
All right, Mr. Wingerter, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Planning on bonding out. Have you been given a PR bond in this case? Okay. I tell you that I think that everyone, at least one time, should be given and afforded the opportunity to do something right. And I will grant you a PR bond now. But if you take flight, if you take off and you don't come back, I'm going to be very hard pressed in the future. Do you understand? Here's the other thing though. I'm not going to give you a PR bond so you can just run the streets and just hang out on the street. I got to know that you have somewhere to.
And here's the contrast. A moment where the judge chooses guidance over punishment. Same courtroom, totally different outcome. This is a reminder that how a case begins doesn't always decide how it ends.
Go, someone that's going to care for you. You have somewhere to sleep, not just on the side of the street. Who do you have in your life that's with you now?
My uncle, my aunt said I can stay with them. And they also got a place I can go.
How old are you? How old are you?
26.
26. Where's mom and dad?
I haven't talked to my mom while she was in jail last time I checked, and she hasn't.
She was in jail for what?
It was a charge, and she got picked up on a charge. I haven't spoken to her. My father, he works out of town, but I can stay with him too.
Where is he living?
Where's he staying? He does industrial radiology. He goes out of town, like Mexico. That's where I'm certified to work too, but I just need to get the job. But right now he's staying off of 249 in Fallbrook. There, I can catch a bus over there.
You're saying your dad lives in 249 in Fallbrook now?
My grandparents, yeah, he stays there, my grandparents, and I can go stay there right now.
So let's do this. I've appointed Mr. Elick to represent you. I'd like to be able to verify that so that we know that you have a place to go to. And if so, I want to give you a PR bond. But like I said, I'm not giving you a PR bond so you can just run the street and create and wreak even more havoc. You have 2 open felonies now. I'm going to keep a very, very close eye on you, where you're going, what you're doing, so you don't get in trouble and so you're not using what they're alleging is being used. No dope, no alcohol, and I'm going to test you like crazy to make sure that you're not using. Do you understand? Okay, so do you mind?
I can then step out and call.
Assuming, then I'll give him a PR bond.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think he's no bonded on his felonies right now, so that could change.
Oh.
But so it's not like he's going to just get out anyway.
I didn't, Okay. I guess let's do that regardless. If you don't mind, Mr. Elick, let's see if he has a place to go to. Then
we approach one side.
Okay. This is not a good way to go through, man. You're 26. You want to follow in mom's footsteps? That's not a good role model, man. This is not a good way to go. You're starting your life now. You have 1 felony to dismiss. You now have another 2 felonies. Life doesn't get easier. It gets harder. The more felonies you rack up, you think you can make life easier for you? Come on, man.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to call anybody right now. I know I can get on the bus and go straight to my grandparents. I don't have their numbers, but I know. I mean, if I was PR bonded, I know I can go.
What about your grandmother? You gave me her number.
I could call her, but she's not in town.
Give him something so that we have something to work with. We're not just going to throw you out, and we did that 2 times before. Look, you don't have to say anything. We just don't want you floating on the street doing nothing. That's it. All right.
I'll reapproach, Your Honor.
Thanks, Michelle. Okay, hey.
I have a plea on a Lario Luna.
Okay. Come up, Miss Luna.
Judge, there was an amendment to the plea. The state defense agreed to 40 hours of community service that the court so agrees.
What are we doing? What have you guys worked out?
You're deferred, Judge. Plea on one, dismiss the other.
What about the weapons?
Forfeiture of both.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing now?
Very job.
When is the last time you've had a full-time job? How old are you?
18.
What have you been doing with your life?
I graduated early.
If you graduate early, that must indicate you're somewhat smart. Mr. Luna, you're building yourself a future now. You're supposed to be working your butt now so that you have $1 million when you hit 40 to 50, perhaps 2 million, because otherwise you're going to be destitute when you hit that age. And I'm going to tell you now, life sucks without money. It really, really does. And what you're doing now is building yourself a life so that you have something when you get old and no one can take care of you and you're all decrepit. It's going to be really hard. I want to do this because I'm going to make sure that he's going to do something productive with your life. You now, within 30 days, must get a full-time job. And I'm going to make sure, because I'm going to make you come, and I'd like to know for certain whether he's got a job within 30 days. No drugs, no alcohol. I'm going to test you. Do you understand? I want to make sure that you're building yourself somewhat, that you're doing something. What about a trade?
That's my flip card. I'm waiting on it to come back and then.
Great. When are you going to get the results on that?
It can take up to 60 days. It's been a month.
This is one of the heaviest warnings you'll hear in court. Future prison time, permanent firearm bans, and felony consequences that don't disappear. This isn't just a sentence. It's a crossroads.
Call him back. Call him back. Find out what happened. Find out what's taking him so long. Don't just sit there and wait for someone to hand you something. It's not going to happen. You got to go get it. So we're doing a year deferred. What else? What else?
40 hours community service, Judge.
You were charged with 2 counts of unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail on each of those cases. You worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 1-year deferred. Deferred is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. And in exchange, you're going to dismiss one of your cases. What you need to understand, Mr. Luna, is you give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this agreement. And if you fail at this agreement, you authorize us to put you in jail for an entire year. 365 days in jail if you violate this probation. Do you understand? I want you to do well, and I'll make you a deal that if you work and you do well, I'll take you off in half the time as a reward for doing well. And I'll make you a double reward. If you are able to get into a trade school education or some kind of trade like that, I will deem your community service hours waived. I'm taking off 100 hours of community service if you get into a trade school, like pipe fitting. What's the other one? Welding. That's what you do, because that's where you can make a lot of money. $20 an hour, $25 an hour. Kill it. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you're stuck with this until you complete it or violate it. If you violate this agreement, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to bring you back here, and we're going to talk about whether you violated it or not. And if you did, you're looking at an entire year. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense of unlawful carrying of a weapon? I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for a year. Part of the other agreement is that you will do thinking for a change, substance abuse education, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, forfeiture of the weapons. And I think that's it.
Did you get, the chief had mentioned that we agreed to 40 as opposed to 100 hours, Judge?
He did just say that, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He's sitting back there.
Oh, I marked it on here.
Yes, Your Honor.
But like I said, if you get into a trade school, get an education for some kind of trade like that, I'll deem it waived. I'll take it off. Do something with your life, Mr. Lumen. Don't be like these. All right, man. Good luck. If you ever have an issue, come back and talk to us. Don't just take off, because that's the worst possible thing you could do. All right? And don't pick up a new case. Okay, guys?
Thank you, Judge.
Ma'am. Ms. Tillis, you're not going to look at me? Are you that upset? What's going on?
She had the older case. She picked up the new case. We do not have video on the newer case yet. However, the state has made an offer to time serve her on the older case and dismiss the newer one.
How long have you been in custody, ma'am?
She has 114 days credit on the older case, or she's been in for 114 days total on the older case and 55 on the new one.
Life, man. What do you do in life? Do you work? Do you go to school? Who do you live with?
I'm not able to complete school because I don't have the correct resources. I take care of my younger siblings.
And she also
I
receives.
don't want you to plead guilty just to get out of jail. I don't want that to happen, because it's only hurting you even more than you are right now. But if I let you out, you've picked up 2 criminal mischief cases.
Pick up jobs.
How old are you? Who do you have in your life now? Is your mom around? Ms. Tillis, I want to let you out, but I have to know that I'm not going to let you out to the street. I'm trying to talk to you to get to know you in the little time that I have to see how much I can trust you if I let you out. I'm sorry?
It's been a long trial and I'm tired.
Who do you have in your life that's ready to help you now if we let you out? Yourself. Do you have any parents around?
Judge, mom is around. She's just not in the picture.
Father? Do you have anyone in your life that's ready to help you out and give you a place to live?
We can set her up to go to the Harris Health Center.
I don't know if she knows what she's doing.
Okay.
I mean, we're not going to do this just to let you get out of the street, because the street is not a safe place for you.
I don't have contact with him on a regular basis. But
Who are you living with before you picked up these 2 cases? Where? Did you have an apartment? Did you have?
House.
Who owned the house? I don't know if I feel comfortable. I don't want you to plead guilty just to get out, ma'am. But if you give me a place that you have that they'll take you in, I'll let you out.